you are, but where I am, the weather is glorious. Start off like this. It's early rise, but nevertheless. But today, I want to talk about why your first fast will always be your hardest. And your first fast will always set the benchmark for you moving forward. So I think it's important to, I guess, semi-equip yourself with information about fasting, maybe looking at useful resources, maybe people's experiences, just to get a general census of what to expect. But ultimately, you can always intellectualize a thing, but it's very different to actually experiencing the thing for what it actually is from your personal experience. So I think there has to be a healthy balance between obtaining information and also having an understanding of when enough information is enough, because you can actually talk yourself out of a thing. You can actually manifest symptoms just from you diving deeper into and exploring other people's experiences of fasting as well. So there has to be this healthy balance with obtaining information, but ultimately you're only going to get the experience that you've had. And just not even fasting related, but I can go back and look at so many experiences in my life where I've only had a first-hand experience and not really dive deeper into a particular thing. And just from having my own personal experience, I've come to realize that it's not as bad as other people have experienced, if that makes sense. And because we all experience things differently. So yeah, so that being said, yeah, your first fast is always going to be your hardest fast, because you're putting yourself, you're putting your body, you're putting your mind and your soul into an environment that it's not used to. So although we all fast every single day, every single person fasts every single day. Any person that goes to sleep, they fast. Now, the time in which you fast for, obviously that's going to be different from person to person, but ultimately everybody fasts, and everybody does the most extreme, if you want to call it extreme level of fasting, which is dry fasting, which is no consumption of food or water, and we do that when we sleep. And this is why, if you make the link between why people feel better after a good sleep or whatever it may be, it's because you're not eating and you're not drinking anything, so your body is able to use all of its energy to go into healing. Now, for those that fast intentionally, they're just extending that period of time in which they're fasting. So if you have an 8-hour sleep, they may decide to not consume anything at all after they've had their sleep as well. And the longer you go, the deeper the healing, the deeper the autophagy. Now, autophagy is something that happens within your body where your body kind of consumes itself. And when I say consumes itself, it consumes all the bad things that your body is holding onto that it does not need. Some people think that, you know, when they lose weight, they're losing all the good stuff. But your body is so intelligent that it will never get rid of anything that it doesn't need. Hold on. Your body doesn't get rid of anything it doesn't need. Yes, of course, it doesn't. So even though you're trying to intellectualize a thing, you're trying to make sense of a thing, you believe that eating 3 meals a day and snacks in between is the healthy way. And I think if you have that program, your body's going to start fighting you, thinking that, oh, we need to have, you know, the 3 meals and the snacks as well. But you have to unlearn this unhealthy pattern, this unhealthy rhythm, this unhealthy routine. And although people, a lot of people, many people probably believe that if you're not eating anything, and the low energy and all these sorts of things is related to not consuming anything, but actually it's just your body fighting itself because of all the parasites that your body has and contains, and the parasites are running reckless in your body, and causing you to have these feelings and these emotions and all these sorts of things. And most people think that it has to be a physical thing, like if you're not well it has to be physical only, but actually many people, a lot of people, I'm not going to say the majority of people because I don't know the majority of people, but it would seem as though the majority and the majority of people are sick, and I'm not even looking at it from a physical standpoint, but a lot of people are sick, mentally sick. You don't have to be diagnosed with something to be mentally sick. What's your thought patterns? How are you honoring yourself? They say that cleanliness is next to godliness, and if you're consuming a whole load of crap, then what do you expect to feel like? So just because you're not feeling in pain, physical pain, your mind is mentally in pain. This is why you're depressed. This is why you can't get out of your depression. This is why you can't get out of your anxieties. This is why you're suffering so much, because your internal system is wreaking havoc. It's literally wreaking havoc. When are you going to take ownership and take charge? When are you going to start bringing back the power within yourself and stop giving your power away to the doctors, all these systems that are designed to capitalize on your sickness, whether it's mentally or physically or spiritually? But the ones that we are conscious of more than likely is the physical and the mental, the physical and mental stuff. So yeah, it's time to bring back the power. And when you know this, when you're aware of this information, it's very hard to ignore it, especially if you have the direct experience of fasting and cleaning yourself up and realizing that actually as you start to clean up, everything starts clearing up, your mind starts clearing up, your body starts clearing up, your body's no longer holding on to waste. We say weight, but your body is no longer holding on to waste, the waste that doesn't serve you at all. And again, I will repeat it, and I repeat it all the time. I came into this with, I would say, a decent level of health already. So the fact that I've dived deeper into the practices that I do and made this a lifestyle is because I feel great, and it's infinite, it's unlimited. So at each chapter of my journey, I feel better and better. So I don't know the next level of better, but for everything that I'm doing, I feel good. And it's up to you, because I'm giving you this information. So if you're watching this video, this is your confirmation that it's time to stop outsourcing feeling good. Like, you need to bring the power back, because it all starts and stems from you. Fasting is not promoted because nobody can capitalize and make money from it. It's a free source, it's a free resource for you that you have, and your body has the blueprint and has the information within itself to clean itself up and to be liberated and to be free. But they don't want to tell you that, and I'm here to tell you that from experience, direct experience, from experience that I've lived and breathed for over 5 years. Obviously, I didn't start with fasting alone. I started off from a plant-based diet. I was vegan. I've been vegan for, my vegan journey started over 10 years ago, and then that developed into something else, and that developed into something where I consume very, very little to what I consume very, very little to based journey. And the more and more you clean up, the more and more downloads you get, the more and more information you'll come across, the more and more life just seems to be getting effortlessly better and better and better. How do you want to feel? Are you trying to convince yourself you feel good when you're really feeling bad? How long have you felt bad for? My videos are going to still reach those that are ready for dive a level up. I'm not trying to source free that you already have within your blueprint, and this is why this video probably resonates with you if you're still watching. How do you want to show up for yourself? Do you want to have a different experience? Do you want to change your story? How and what does that next version look like to you? How would it feel to be able to access and tap into this limitless, this infinite resource, this tool for free? And just by being and having the intention of this, you've already created the ripple, you've already started the process. You don't necessarily have to act now. Just by having the intention of, you know what, good, and I need some answers. I need to, something needs to change, and I don't know what needs to change, but higher self, God, whatever you kind of look up to, can you provide me? Can you show me the way? Can you give me an answer? And this is when you have to acknowledge when your pride and ego is at the forefront of all your decisions, when you then will probably look away at the answer that's right in front of you. Have you ever been in a rush looking for your keys, looking for your phone, looking for this, that, and the other, and then when you just take a breather and you just kind of sit with self, you realize it was in your pocket all along, or it was in your bag? I'm sure many of you have had this experience. I've had this experience so many times. All it takes really is for you to just be present in the moment, be present, and just eliminate everything else that's going on. How do you want to show up? How do you want to feel? How do you want to be? How do you want to see? You decide. But one thing for certain is, whether you start today, tomorrow, next month, next year, and you're still watching these videos and you're still trying to find the inspiration and the motivation, I can give you insights, I can give you the tools, I can give you the keys of insight, but I can't do the work for you. I can't do the work for you. So you decide. And on that note, I will love you and leave you with that information. And just know that no matter whether you've seen this video today, you see this video in a month, next year, in 10 years, 5 years, you know, I'm on my own journey, and I'm probably going to be in my next evolutional phase. So yeah, you decide. Yeah, you decide. But just know that this show is going to continue, and I'm going to be diving deeper. So the version of me that you see today definitely isn't going to be the version of me tomorrow, next month, next year, You know, I'm still going to experience this human life experience, but I can sure guarantee you that there's definitely going to be an evolution. And for every version of myself that you see, whenever you see it, at the time, I can definitely assure you that me is going to be the next level. And I know that I'm speaking to people at whatever level they are at currently, whatever reality they're kind of experiencing at the present moment. But the beautiful thing about this journey for me is that it just keeps on giving. And the more and the deeper I seem to dive, the deeper and the higher I seem to climb. And it's actually a beautiful experience of me being the observer, observing the experience, and actually not being ruled by the ego and the pride, which, you know, I think we've all probably had this experience, and some and many are probably still living life through this lens. So all I can do is be the example. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope I didn't divert so far away from the topic, which is why your first fast will always be your hardest. But I just want to say that you just have to do the thing, experience the thing for what it is, because my first experience of fasting intentionally ended up being a 200-day, well, just over 200 days, but 200-day dry, not 200-day dry fast, a 200-day juice fast. So that was my first experience. But if I'd watched and read and listened to so many other people, I probably would have went into it thinking that it has to be 3 days first, and then I would have stopped at 3 days. But actually, one of the videos that I came across was somebody that did a 90-day juice fast. It might not have been their very first juice fast, but just for me having that reference of, oh, somebody could go 90 days, and he's also shown other people, and he also had the insight and information that other people had done 90 days as well, obviously cemented itself in my whole reality and my mind to then dive deeper and to go even longer. So I knew I wasn't going to die because somebody had already done it, and many people have already done it before me. So that's what probably led to me going much longer, much further. So yeah, so you now knowing that I did 200 days of juicing and a juice fast for my very, very first time may inspire or may cement itself into your blueprint to go even longer than I did. And it's always a beautiful blessing and a beautiful experience to have and see so many people that have done some sort of cleanse, or that have inspired them to do some sort of level of a cleanse, for them to then give me their own revelations, and for me to hear their experiences, whether it's people that have gone through their own health battles, experiences, suffering with diseases for so many years, and they've done a short fast and they've got something out of it. I hold 7-day dry fast challenges every month, and I'm currently on the 9th wave of a 7-day dry fast with a group of people from all over the world with different levels of experience. But this is designed for beginners, because I believe that it is your birthright to know the truth being that you can heal yourself. And I'm not a part of a system that is here to give you something, but for you to keep having to come back to me, and I'm just feeding you little drags and drips, and just like feeding you drip by drip. I'm giving you the information so that you can then go on and do your own thing. I'm giving you a tool that you have access to at any given time to heal yourself and to share the information to heal so many others. So whether you see this today, tomorrow, next month, next year, 10 years, 20 years, I don't know, however long this platform and this video survives the length of time, just know that you have the power to do the thing, to heal yourself. And I'm not talking about a physical healing because, you know, you've broken your arm or you've broken your leg. No, to heal on every single level. And believe it or not, I'm still healing. I'm still having revelations of deeper stuff within my own self, seeing things from a different angle, seeing things from a different perspective. But I can definitely tell you that this level and this version of myself is different, and it feels good. And like I said already, it keeps on giving. So I hope that this gives you a little insight into my reality and what your reality could be, and even better, because this isn't even the final form of myself. This is just a form, but a form that is going in the right direction. I can't tell you what's going to happen next. I can't tell you where I'm going to be next. I can't tell you what I'm going to do next. But all I can tell you is that I know that I'm doing right because everything else is following in that direction, and it just seems good. It seems amazing. It feels good. It feels amazing. And yeah, like, this life experience is a blessing, and I'm so grateful to be in the position that I'm in, to be able to share this information that's coming from real lived experiences, that isn't read from a book or I've heard somebody else say it, so I've got to say the thing. No, this is real lived experiences. I live this every day, whether I go between 20 to 24 hours a day, 18 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 12 hours a day. I live and breathe dry fasting every single day. Whether I decide to juice or just have liquids only, whether I decide to eat, you know, I do this, and I'm always cleansing. And just because I've been cleansing for like the last 5 years, believe it or not, I ain't squeaky clean. And I'll be the first one to say I'm not squeaky clean. I'm not trying to be squeaky clean. I'm just trying to be present in this experience, and I'm enjoying it. That's all I can say. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this experience. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you for right now. But if you are interested in having a level of understanding of what I'm talking about, and you've never fasted before, and you don't have the experience, and you're trying to wait for the perfect moment and the perfect time to have this experience, go to my website, and it's free. I'm not selling you anything. If you go to nystro, nystro.co.uk, just read the information there, and if you feel called, you hear the call, it will tell you what to do next. It's free, but there are tiers for those that want to dive a little bit deeper. For those that really want to dive deeper, even deeper, the tool is there. The offer is there. But you'll see what I mean when and if you get to the website. But until next time, people, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next video.